Hey everybody, welcome back to the Law of One Spiritual Advice Podcast. My name is El, and I return again today to read some Law of One material and share with you my share with you my reflections and perceptions on the matter. So today I want to talk about healing, specifically what healing is. It's indigo radiance, radiance of self, radiance of truth, of love, and health, and how we can sort of view those things. And I've just got a few quotes picked out to give you a good wide variety of what we mean when, what's the connection to this indigo thing. So, your third eye is your indigo. Okay, so let's just get right into it. So I will start with a quote from Ra. This is the Law of One material you can find at theoneinfinitecreator.com, and I have links to all the LL research material. You can download this for free. So this is session 17.18. And I'm not sure if I want to just read the last part, or I think I'll read the last part and then I'm going to reread the whole thing for you. So the last part says, true healing is simply the radiance of self causing an environment in which a catalyst may occur which initiates the recognition of self by self of the self-healing properties of self. Know then first the mind and the body. Then, as the spirit is integrated and synthesized, those are harmonized into a mind-body-spirit complex which can move among the dimensions and which can open the gateway to intelligent infinity, thus healing self by light and sharing that light with others. Okay, so I sort of read that in reverse order, but if you now add on, true healing is simply the radiance of self causing an environment in which catalysts may occur, which initiates the recognition of self by self of the self-healing properties of self. Really lots of selves in there, hey? What they're saying here is basically true healing, you may think is a somewhat of a, I don't know, like a linear process of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do this, which equals this, which equals this. But the truth seems to be that the body is a creature of the mind. So it says, know first the mind, which would be important, and then the body, right, which comes somewhat second. And then as the spirit is integrated and synthesized, those are harmonized into a mind-body-spirit complex. So then we look at, so they have mind, body, and spirit in there. So mind is your mind, right, your thoughts and things like that, and your emotions. And as you think, you create. And so basically the perceptions that you're holding in your head are going to reflect in your body. They're going to reflect in your reality, and they're going to reflect in your body. Things that, go unnoticed in your mind sometimes are offered to the body so that they can't go unnoticed anymore. Certain lessons and catalysts that you've come here to learn and you can only ignore for so long, right? So they talk then about the body. Well, as you sort of learn to discipline your mind and your emotions, you understand the relationship between the mind and the body. So I suppose those two are almost one, but they're trying to, I guess, make the recognition that the body. You're also understanding like distortions that come from your body. You can usually find a root source of them in your mind. So in my opinion, that's sort of the first knowing the mind and the body part. And then as the spirit is integrated, I guess that's where this gets a little complicated. So the spirit is the indigo. You have your 7 chakras, and I would think like your bottom 3 chakras are your somewhat your mind and your body. And then you hit the heart chakra and the higher ones. But as you hit the indigo, the third eye chakra, that one is what they say. Ra says is like your blue chakra right before that is the first outgoing chakra. All the other ones before are just ingoing, like incoming energy. So then you hit the blue chakra, your throat chakra. That's the first like also outpouring chakra. And same with the indigo one, the one above the throat. So they obviously take in energy, but this is also a radiant chakra. So if I have to give you a visual or a thought to think of to put, to relate it to, I would think it's more like if you've ever seen, like a yogi or something, like those people where people just want to be around that person. They don't necessarily need to even discuss anything. You just can be in the presence of this loving entity, and it's just healing in itself. So that would be an indigo being or indigo radiance. But then I just have a couple other quotes here that we can sort of just add on, which will elaborate a little bit. So as I was talking about the indigo, right? So in session 47.8, Ross says, the indigo ray body, which we choose to call the etheric body, is, as we have said, the gateway body. In this body, form is substance, and you may only see this body as that of light, as it may mold itself as it desires. Okay, so that's the end of that part of the quote. But you can see there, the indigo body itself essentially is just complete light. Light is malleable. It can be reformed and, made into whatever it needs to represent at the time that it needs to. So the nature of light is it's intelligent. It's love light. Light is made of love. If you go back down to it, which is of the Creator is the one infinite creator, which can maybe be described as intelligent infinity in some senses. So light is this sort of, it's hard to explain, but if as you let it flow through you, you let the light and the truth and the love flow through you. Well, that's the nature of the Creator flowing through you. It's they even say up here, which I wasn't even include this quote, but it's working well into my explanation here. Session 29.29, he says, or they say, the gateway to intelligent infinity is born of, shall we say, the sympathetic vibration in balanced state, accompanying the will to serve, the will to seek. You notice how they say there, the sympathetic vibration in a balanced state. So I guess what I'm trying to explain is that as you open up the chakras and you allow the love and the light to flow through you, you're somewhat just in a sympathetic, thy will be done. You don't know. You're not necessarily knowing what to do. You just know, you have the will to seek and the will to serve. And through that, the little bit of faith in the Creator that whatever is going to be flowing through you should be optimal. And maybe if you offer healing in a sense to somebody, it's, that it's still up to their free will to accept that healing or not. So really, there's sort of no attachment to the outcome. You just a sympathetic vibration of what is, which is, love and light. And they say the Creator in our creation has a bias towards kindness. All these sorts of things. Are of a positive slant, and as you realign yourself with these ideas, you allow your indigo body, your higher self, whatever you would like to call it, to assist you in being in optimal health and reforming your body complex. So that I just wanted to explain here with session 66.1 form, the reforming of the body complex, just to give you an idea of how that is. It just sounds a little too magical, right? Well, I guess all of this is, if I was listening to myself explain this maybe 10 years ago or 15 years ago, I'd be like, what? Oh my goodness. But well, here's what they say. So session 66.14, Ross says, healing is done in the time-space portion of the mind-body-spirit complex, is adopted by the form-making or etheric body, and is then given to the space-time physical illusion for use in the activated yellow ray mind-body-spirit complex. Yellow ray mind-body is just your third density body, just so you know. Okay, continuing on. It is the adoption of the configuration which you call health by the etheric body in time-space, which is the key to what you call health, not any event which occurs in space-time. In this process, you may see the transdimensional aspect of what you call will, for it is the will, the seeking, the desire of the entity which causes the indigo body to use the novel configuration and to reform the body which exists in space-time. This is done in an instant and may be said to operate without regard to time. Right, so if you've ever heard of healing and how it's, somewhat magical, well, I mean, when I'm speaking of healing here, I'm thinking of healing either yourself or yourself and others. They're one and the same, right? As you reach the indigo, that's the chakra of unity. You somewhat, the illusion of separation between you and others is I guess noticed, and in that noticing, right, that to heal yourself will be a good example of how to, heal others. But not only that, in order if you would like to serve others and heal them, well, you heal yourself, and it's a win-win for everybody. Then the radiance of your health and the beauty of your spirit and your, your communication and all that great just being of who you are. Like, there's no specific words because everyone's going to be unique, but you just being who you are and the radiance of yourself is how you serve best in this place here where we are. So they say, there is no best, there is no known. Everything is essentially just we're sort of all just winging it out here. And you being an infinite portion of the creator, you there's no generalities that we can state as to what is a perfect experience for you, or for health, or for how it is that best that you can serve. So everyone's service is unique, and some people are just passive radiators. You don't necessarily have to go out and attempt to serve and heal people as much as you just attempt to be who you are to the best of your ability. And in being who you are, you radiate healing out to the world and to everybody and to yourself. So yeah, I guess basically here, I like this part where they say, it is the adoption of the configuration which you call health by the etheric body in time-space, which is the key to what you call health, not any event which occurs in space-time. Okay, so you're making the connection again that the body is a creature of the mind, because they're kind of saying here, it almost is irrelevant what happens in space-time, which is just what is irrelevant what happens in the physical. The metaphysical aspects of yourself are really sort of what are determining health. And, I am generalizing. I do want to add a caveat in here that you may have a pre-incarnative soul plan where you have some sort of sickness or illness or distortion, body distortion, which was purposely given to you so that you could learn some particular lesson. Is it possible to heal that anyways? Probably, yes. But don't want to be too hard on yourself. If you feel that you're distorted to a degree and you're wondering, well, why can't I just be perfect and healed? I just want you to know that aspect that exists, so you're not hard on yourself. This place that we find ourselves in is a place where we are to learn to accept things, and through acceptance, we transform what is into, either metaphysical acceptance, or in that metaphysical acceptance, that will be the transformation of the physical. Whether it takes a long time or not is another story. But basically, this is all mental games out here, right? You wouldn't essentially you can connect this a lot of ways. There's the mental and the physical, but even just being a realist here, if you're thinking healthy about yourself, you would, I don't know, you'd be feeding yourself healthy food and water and things of that nature. And when you're not feeling healthy, you're wanting to eat junk food and fast food. And, it's just this very simple example. But, it's that's a cause and effect type thing. But even more so, right? If you have a true epiphany, a true moment of, unity and love, there's a moment there where you could heal your body, or whatever it is that needs to be healed. They say this is done in an instant and may said to be operate without regard to time. So there you go, just a little bit about healing, about the nature of the mind and the body and the spirit, and how the spirit is linked to the indigo, to the third eye, and the indigo is a chakra of radiance. And so basically, to seek and to know yourself, to seek the truth, is to activate that indigo. So basically, you just go out there, attempt to do best, good intentions, set your intention to serve and try to give without expectation, things of that. This is going to be activating that indigo ray, and you will just be a little walking lighthouse, as you walk around, smiling at people, looking them in the eyes, allowing them a place to exist and not be a loud, annoying human trying to act out everywhere. This is sort of the nature of the difference between just sort of unactivation in those areas and activation in that area. Okay, so I think that is good for today. I just wanted to do a little quick one here. I'm on a little vacation visiting my family. So yeah, I just wanted to make these ones quick. Thank you guys for listening. If you appreciate my service, you can support me at theoneinfinitecreator.com. Scroll down to the support section. And yeah, on that site as well are where you can find all the links to this material. Yeah, and then I'll just end on asking if, you can maybe just share, subscribe to the channel. That always helps too. And thank you guys again. I will have another one out hopefully at the end of the week. Take care.